Hello, my name is Maxim Winkle, and in this video I will be showcasing ArcadeBoard. ArcadeBoard is a scoreboard-based game plugin. It allows you to play and control games on a scoreboard. In this case, I'm playing Snake with my keyboard, using my movement buttons WASD. If I let myself die over here, why would you want something like this? Well, for starters, it can keep your players entertained while they're waiting for something. In this case, I'm waiting for these damn melons to grow. And since it's like a scoreboard-based game plugin, you can stay on your current location, keep the chunk loaded, and play some games. Unlike mini games with arenas or where you have to dedicate a piece of your world to like an arena, this doesn't require any configuration or building when installing it. The only thing you have to do is install the plugin on your server, put some games in the games folder, and everything is done for you. So once you run the plugin, this ArcadeBoard folder is created in your plugins folder. You can plug in some games in the games directory, and it will automatically create a resource pack. Not only that, but the resource pack is also uploaded to a free host, so you don't have to worry about uploading it, you don't have to worry about where you will host it or if you have a domain that you have to link. Everything is done for you. The only thing you have to do is plug in the arcadeboard.jar file in your plugins folder and the games in the games folder. You can configure the plugin, of course. You have some basic settings like logging, update checking, and then you have your database settings. ArcadeBoard stores game settings like the high scores, the levels you are in, the amount of victories you have when playing multiplayer, the amount of defeats, and all of these settings are available through placeholders. In this case, I'm going to use the featherboard parse command to show how the placeholders work. If I show ArcadeBoard Tetris best score, I think this is correct. No, it's not. Tetris. I may need to check the manual. Okay, hold on. So everything is on the wiki pages. So Tetris statistic best score. Okay, statistic best score, and this shows 300. So you can use these settings or high scores in like a scoreboard or some other place. So showing the plugin, it's a resource pack based plugin. So when you use the AB play command, or when you specifically specify the game you want to play, it asks you, do you want to install a resource pack? If you say no, it will just say a message like, this is required, please enable the resource pack. But if you do accept the resource pack, it will download and install it, and you will be greeted with this menu of all your installed games. And you can control the menu just like you would control a game with your movement buttons. Select the game with either your mouse or spacebar, and then you can start playing. In this case, I'm playing Block Dude, which is a puzzle game first introduced on the Texas Instruments 83, I think. And it's actually a very addicting puzzle game. You should really play it. You can quit a game by either typing AB stop or pressing F. But games games have full control on the controls, so they can choose to have a different key as well. Like for example, pressing Q will stop a game, but this depends on the game. Showing some different games, Tetris. I think everyone knows the goal of Tetris. The goal is to have like as many lines as possible. You can speed up by pressing shift, and as you can hear, games can have sound. I'm going to stop this game. In a few weeks, Pac-Man will also be released. in this game uses the resource pack sounds to create some custom effects. So again, another fun game. The graphics were, well, really good for a scoreboard based game, and I think you can all agree that something like this can really entertain your players for hours or maybe even days. It entertains me. So stopping. And of course there are plenty of other games. We have Stack, which is like the Android game, but it's an old arcade game. Pong, of course, you can play this with either 1 or 2 players. And I think the goal is very clear. You just have to score as many points as possible. This is against an AI, and it will get increasingly difficult as time passes. So I'm gonna stop. Some other games, Minesweeper. This is a mouse-based game. As you can see, the background is removed. Games can choose to either show a background or not. By default, it has like a black background to make everything more visible. But well, Minesweeper, you can control with your mouse. Click to reveal a block. You can also use your keyboard with spacebar. And I'm gonna let myself die over here. Oh, mine. And this is basically what you can do with ArcadeBoard. Some other configuration settings apart from the database are the gameplay settings. So you can choose what will happen when a scoreboard overrides or tries to override the ArcadeBoard. You can choose what happens when a player gets attacked or while being in a game. And you can choose what happens with the chat, like what happens if a player types something in the chat while in the game, what happens to the chat that other players type. So yeah, you can fully customize this. More games will be released in the next couple of weeks, months, or the entire lifespan. And as I said before, there's a very big API that you can use to create your own games. There will be tutorial videos in the future to learn how to create some of these types of games. I hope you learned something, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the discussions, and see you soon. Bye.